Hello and welcome all the parents of GCSE English students that are now on their last week of preparation before they do their final exam on the 6th of June. What I've produced is a fantastic step-by-step guide for all students who are studying AQA GCSE English Language Paper 2. And it's a step-by-step guide where students can learn how to structure their answers to be more effective. Now, I'm only looking at questions 2 to 5 because the first question on the language paper, the GCSE language paper, is relatively easy. It's a multi-choice question, and there's not much I can teach about that. It's just about them reading whether the statements are true or false, depending on what the paper is doing. But the rest of the questions, which are the summary question 2, the language question is question 3 on paper 2, and then there's the comparing question 4, all in section A. And then the final one is the question 5 discussion, which is usually tends to be around arguing a point, but it has 4 strands to it. It could be a letter, it could be writing an article for a newspaper, it could be writing an article on a website magazine page, or it could be a speech or a talk. So it's all those things. But the thing about this particular paper, it is now important to understand the comparisons between the sources. Now, usually there is a theme that runs across the sources. Therefore, when you're comparing 2 sources, you're going to find one that's probably more up to date and one that's a bit older. So there's going to be a perspective change from the beginning. Anyway, this guide that I've produced is available now, and it's here, and I'll just show it there. It's this guide here, and throughout the guide, you've got lots of different things inside it. You get the step-by-step approach to how to do each question. So you get the step-by-step approach there. But one of the basic elements of the step-by-step approach is that whatever you do as a student, and this is very important, that whenever you are making a point about anything, you are focusing on that point and that point alone. So there are another 4 questions in there. And then the good news is, what I've actually done is sample answers. So I've got on this particular page here, I've got the question 4, and it's a sample answer, and it will show how even the paragraphs are structured there. So there's always time to up your grade and boost your grade by looking at how you can structure an answer. You have to remember that a lot of students over the years have been taught in the class, but when it comes to an individual exam, you have to really try to write in your own style and to make the best of your time. But managing time is also equally important, and there are elements of exam strategy. I always advise that students, when they go into an exam, they actually look at the question 5 and the question 4 first, because they take up over, in this particular paper, they take up 56 out of the 80 marks. And then you've got the question 3, which is the language one, which is 12 marks. So within 3 questions, you've actually covered 68 marks. Now, you think about the psychology of that, it's important. When you go into an exam, you do not want to be putting all your energy into a very small question. What happens is, if you do a small question at the beginning, you probably waste time because you want to be perfect. When you do a larger question, you've got more time to get into the exam. And then once you're into the exam, after you've done, say, question 5, without actually reading the sources at that point, you can actually manage your time much better, and you're more attuned to reading a source. Because you've been writing detail in your question answer, you are now aware and attuned to reading detail. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This is well worth getting. It's on my online shop, available today, and it's only £3.99. So do click on the links at the bottom of the description after this YouTube video and make a purchase today. You're investing in your children's education, and English is a massively difficult subject, and it is a core subject, and it's really important that the language papers they succeed in their language papers. Anyway, thank you for your time, and any comments you have, please put at the bottom of the description. Thank you.